Welcome back to another look. And so, you know what? Gotta check out movies.
Yes, we do. I gotta go see some movies now.
Okay, but before we go to the movies, we are going to talk with.
We gotta go to Glenville.
Gotta go to Glenville, yes,
Let's go
and
to
talk
Glenville.
to Carlton Garner of the Glenville Development Corporation, and also we have with us Eric Ming from Most Valuable Purpose Inc., which is also in the Glenville community.
Yes, ma'am.
So, gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank you for
having
having
Good
us.
to have
Yes.
you on.
So let's get started real quick,
Okay,
Carlton.
good.
Let's talk about the mission of the Glenville Development
The
Corporation.
mission of the Glenville Development Corporation, actually to break it all the way down, is to foster economic development, growth, commercial development, and to enhance the quality of life for those people who live in Glenville.
Okay, and how long has the corporation been in existence?
Glad you asked. It's been over 32 years in existence. It was
been
actually,
long?
yes, sir. It was actually founded by Mike White right after the devastation of the riots, and so it was there to help to build up the infrastructure and to foster again economic development, commercial development, housing development. So it's been an actual very successful corporation.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of that community outreach that you all have
I'm
been
glad you
doing.
asked that because my job is actually community outreach coordinator. So in terms of that, and I'm glad you asked that because initially when I was brought in to do community outreach, I thought I had my matrix all together. I thought I was a pretty intelligent guy. So I thought I had everything all put in place in terms of what needed to happen to spur development in Glenville. As it turned out, that's where Mr. Ming came in. And he explained to me how many things were missing in terms of what we thought we actually were doing. We weren't actually attacking the crime element. We weren't doing anything for the youth. So Glenville Development Corporation had to reestablish the linkages within the community and then to determine how we can actually build up our particular capacity.
Eric that told you, man, like that's just a Band-Aid. You on the superficial. We gotta get deep on
That's really what no, the brother came and
He
asked
said,
me,
"We gotta
we
go
need
deep."
some help. We need some help. So yeah, that's really what happened.
So tell us, Mr. Ming, how you started your organization, and I guess it was the Glenville Development Corporation that came to you, or did you go to them?
Actually, a little both. But first of all, thank you for having us on the show. It's
Glad to have
really
you
a blessing to be here. Actually, just to get right to it, I'm actually an ex-felon myself. I had, as a young man, made a lot of mistakes in life, and growing up, you know, after I accepted change in my life, I knew what it was that helped me change. So I knew it was going to be needed in the communities because of certain things that was going on in our communities. And this is 18 years that I actually been in this business.
Okay.
And connected up with Mr. Garner here some 7 years ago. And, you know, and the rest is history pretty much.
Yeah, we've been actually able to create change throughout the community by doing everything from going inside the prison, doing in-reach, to working with the youth in terms of doing outreach.
Okay.
So it's been an actual total reconnection and to start the transformative process from both the inside out and the outside in, so to speak.
Okay.
So it's been a very good union.
So you want to talk about some of the economic development since you've been on board. Like, you know, what kinds of positive things have been developing?
Yeah, now that you done worked out, we didn't got deep.
We got
now
deep.
we know what's going on.
We got deep, and that's all part of it. Is that you have to start talking about, you know, what stakeholders are. Economic development starts with both those people who reinvest in the community from the outside as well as those who reinvest in the community from the inside. So the stakeholders, which is actually, we like to use the acronym stakeholders, which is skills, talents, abilities, knowledge, and expertise from the persons both within inside the community, as well as those stakeholders who come from the outside. So in terms of economic development, what we've been able to do is start the talks to reestablish the East Side Market. There's going to be talks in terms of TOPS. We're bringing back a grocery store to the neighborhood. There's been a lot of, and not just mom and pop shops, but some real reinvestment in terms of the folks who've established who they are and what they want to do. And so it's been, you know, actually growth from the inside, which is really kind of new.
How I love going to the East Side Market.
Yeah, that was great. It was a great place. Yeah. So, you know, we got the West Side Market, so we're going to bring back the
You got to
East
bring
Side.
back the inside market,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's going to be a different look because now we're going to be those. It's going to be those folks who want to reinvest. You know, and so that's really, you know,
That's the key to it all.
that is it
Those
exists.
who want to actually, you know, funnel back into the community.
Yes,
It's
sir.
one thing to just kind of pass through community,
Yes,
keep moving,
sir.
but
Yes,
those who
sir.
want to actually, you know, stay ground right there. Okay, this is it. This is where I want to, you know, develop and help nourish and empower the
Exactly,
community.
and you use the exact same word. I appreciate that word, brother, empowerment, because that's really what it's about. It's not a sense of entitlement. I mean, we're not looking for anybody to do anything for us. We're now empowering ourselves to find a way to go inside ourselves and do what's necessary
And
to
do
sustain
that
ourselves.
collaboration. And, you know, I just wanted to ask Mr. Ming before we go.
Please do.
Just real briefly, tell us just the mission of, what is it, Most Valuable Purpose, Inc.
Pretty much to impart life-saving coping skills
Okay.
in men and women and juveniles, predominantly that's being released from the prison system. But I'd like to say this, though. We have to keep in mind we can't forget the youth. You know, are we really helping the youth? You know, we setting up programs and things of this nature, but are we engaging them in these programs? You know, are we bringing them to the table saying, hey, what are your needs? You understand what I'm saying? Instead of sitting there ourselves saying, hey, this is what we need in our community. MVP, Most Valuable Purpose Incorporated, we don't do that. What we do, we bring them to the table.
And that's
ask
been working.
them. Yes,
That
ma'am.
really actually
Yeah.
is the key to both in terms of community development, economic development, sustainability. It's the youth that is really the whole driver to the whole system. You know, because the concern about investment comes as a result of the fact that the youth don't necessarily get engaged or to engage in some instances. And then in terms of the community, they want to actually find out a way where, okay, well, do we really engage them or do we not engage them? So now with Most Valuable Purpose, community development, Glenville development, we're
Okay.
finding a way to actually bring them on board.
Well, I must say I have, you know, on top of all that, I must say I've always enjoyed the Glenville Festival, which is,
It's August 14th, sir. August 14th.
so I always enjoy coming to those festivals and things of that nature.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. We are going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, Anthony and I are going to talk about some things to wrap up the
talk
show.
about some things.
So stay with us. We'll be right back with another look.